The time you kidnap Biafrans and enforce their disappearance is over. And of course, Biafrans that are going to be victims of this kidnapping by the Nigeria state, all you need to do is to lie on the floor of whichever or whatever vehicles that they are using to transport you. We may not be able to rescue everyone, but if you happen to be a victim of the Nigeria kidnapping terrorist group and those enforcing the disappearances of our people, if you are part or become a victim of this kidnapping, all you need to do not struggle with them. You do not have what it takes to defend yourself. All you need to do is, when they take you to their vehicle, make sure you lie down very well.
It's another new day with a new beginning. As Biafra continue to make progress, a lot of informations are coming out, and I bet you more energy, more strength is being gathered by Biafra as the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, continue to do exploit. Biafran government continue to do exploit on various stages. Please like and share this program. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Share to everyone that is close to you. It is very important that people get informed. Remember, in this platform, we bring information that has to do with the restoration of independent state of Biafra. We bring information that are coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, Master Simon Ekpa. In this platform, we say things the way it is. If you are paying attention, you cannot be deceived. Please like and share. Make sure that everyone gets this information. On today's program, I'm going to share with you a very remarkable video. I want you to pay attention to this very video. As the restoration of independent state of Biafra is drawing close, the media in the zoo is making reports. I want you to pay attention and hear what they want to say. Every information is important to us. Pay attention and listen to what is coming from this media and what they have to say. Let's watch.
Of Biafra. Nigeria court system and judiciary can never ever function again in Biafra land. It's a threat and a promise.
How is that going to happen? How are you going to do it?
It is already happening. Are you not seeing them folding up? That is to show you that the Biafra have taken over their land. Our plan is to delegitimize Nigeria from the Biafra territory, little by little, step by step, stage by stage, and that is happening. So judiciary is the next, because judiciary in Nigeria has contributed to the entire anarchy you see today. The insecurity you see today is the judiciary. The instability you see today is the judiciary. The banditry, terrorism you see today is the judiciary. They have not done anything that will bring justice, fairness, and equity. So we don't need those kind of system in our land. So, and if you're asking me how we're going to do that, we're already doing it. You see, they are folding up. That land belongs to us, and Nigeria has been rejected by the people. Over 50 million has given us the mandate to chase away Nigeria from our land. So, however we're going to do it is what the government will decide. We're doing it the way we want.
Okay. You know that you are on the list of most wanted people in Nigeria.
That is a badge of honor. I am very, very happy that I am in the list, because if I am not in the list, I would have regretted ever even getting involved in Biafra. So it's the highest honor I have received in my life.
Now, people say, I played the video earlier in the introduction when Namdi said that if they don't give us Biafra, that Somalia will be better than Nigeria. And people say that what you have achieved is to turn some parts of Igbo land to look like Somalia. That Lagos is not like Somalia, that Abuja is not like Somalia, but Owerri, Olu area, basically is like Somalia. What is it?
So let me address you. Now, did you see the poverty rate in the world? Where is Somalia placed in the list?
should be at the bottom also. Like
No, I want you to tell us.
I can find it.
Where is Nigeria and Somalia?
Nigeria is at the bottom too. Yeah.
So in the list now, is Nigeria up or down?
Down.
So it's already. It doesn't necessarily mean. Well, it doesn't actually mean that they're going to be shooting gun like in Somalia. Somalia already overtake Nigeria in a better scale. Nigeria is down in poverty level. So how do you
Mazen, they're serious. Let me give you these are serious things. I have a friend here in America who lost his father 2 years ago from Olo area and lost a brother early this year. And none of them, they've not been able to do any funeral because nobody can go home.
Okay.
And there are so many places like that in the Southeast. Is that a good thing?
Well, I should be asking you, how are the burial taking place in other parts of Nigeria?
No, the way people are reading this, they are saying that it's a consequence of this confrontation with the Nigerian authorities.
So how is this confrontation making people not to have burial in Biafra land? Can you explain?
Because it's not safe. That's what they say. That's why he hasn't gone.
Who is making it not to be safe? Why are you laughing? No, I want to. You said it's a discussion, right?
No, we're having a conversation.
If you cannot answer, let me explain.
I want you to answer.
You want to answer?
No, this is what they said. This is what they say.
Okay, so this is what they say. But
Yeah,
what about you?
I'm telling you
What about you? What about your opinion? What do you think is the reason for not having burial?
No, I don't have. I go home. I don't have.
Okay, so can I explain now? Can I explain the reason?
Yeah, give us the reason.
All right. The reason is because in Nigeria, terrorist army and police have been killing our people for many years. Even before I joined the Biafra struggle, they killed them in Aba, where they went to pray, and over 150 officially was announced. Over 150 people were killed in cold blood. Nobody asked question. Nobody, was held responsible until today. They went to Mazen Amdekano's house, bombed everywhere, killed people there. Nobody was arrested. Nobody was held accountable. They went to war and killed. And these people they are killing never raised a gun against them, right? They were only having flag. They killed in Enugu. They killed in Ebonyi. So when Mazen Amdekano was kidnapped, they went to Kenya to kidnap him against international law, and I took over from there. And do you know what I said in the first place? I said, under my leadership in this Biafra movement, you can never kill Biafra again and go free in Biafra land. So I raised an army called the Biafra Liberation Army to confront these killers. And these killers, some of them are repentant Boko Haram. So they recruit them, push them to Biafra land, and people are not talking about that. And when they go to villages, they open RPG or GPMG, and they start spraying bullets, even far.
Carries significance for millions of individuals who believe in the declaration of Biafra as a new independent nation. This movement, which has its roots tracing back to 1967, was born out of a hope that one day freedom will be attained. Anticipations run high. Could this finally be when the long sought after Biafra comes into being? Do the supporters of this movement possess the legitimacy to pursue these aspirations? What are the underlying rationales driving these plans? As the countdown to the 2nd of December begins, we embark on a journey through a brief history of Biafra on this first part of our 3-part series, examining the series of events that have shaped the narratives of Biafra over these decades. Let's talk about it. And today I am with Ms. Grace, and we'll be discussing the impact and the history of Biafra so far. So Biafra has been a short-lived republic that lasted from 1967 to 1970, and this is what actually led to the Nigerian Civil War. So what do you have to add on that?
Well, this topic of Biafra has been one that is dating back to the 90s and the 20s.
Yeah.
We used to hear about this Biafra in school, how it came about, and just like you had mentioned, the reason for the Nigerian Civil War, that war that led to massive killings of women and children and men in this country, was because the federal government was trying to take over the territory of Biafra. And you would think that, it has ended, but it has come again. And there are talks about Biafra coming back. They want to break away from Nigeria. There are many controversies surrounding this seceding of Biafra in this country. And then you would even be scared. I think some persons are scared because, just like you had mentioned again, the beginning of the Nigerian Civil War was because of this Biafra. So what will happen now if they eventually break out? Because I like to think the war is between the Hausas and the Igbos, and then again I think, what are they dragging? What is the reason for this? I think the youth in Kaduna, they want to drive away the Igbos. They don't want Igbos in their territory, so they want them to leave and all of that. And then the Igbos on their own end, they feel oppressed. Dating back to the first coup, the first and the second military coup, the Igbos feel oppressed. They feel they have killed a lot of their people and they just want to be on their own.
So latching on that point you're trying to make, one of the reasons, one of the purposes that was given said that the Biafra actually wanted to separate from Nigeria because they felt oppressed. After the independence in Nigeria, there was a demarcation of regions. We know the House of Fulani in the north, we know the Yorubas in the west, and then the. But how the Igbo people can be? They were travelers. You could find them everywhere, and they were doing their businesses in the north. So there was like an oppression they felt while being in the north. We have examples like the crisis that happened in Jos in 1945, which led to the killings of the Igbos, and families, their children, mothers were on the street, dead bodies on the street. So do you actually agree that actually these are the things that shaped to the forming or to the idea of wanting to actually break away from Nigeria?
People think differently. So people have different reasons why they feel the Igbos want to actually, segregate themselves and have their own country. So let me just highlight some of the reasons. Some people think people are intimidated by the Igbos. The Igbo culture, they are business minded. That culture is very rich. They are business minded, and there are a lot of resources surrounding that Igbo culture. So people think, they want to carry their resources and go and stay on their own, be on their own, do their own thing. That is one reason. And then another reason is the Igbos feel they have been oppressed too much. There have been a lot of killing of their people dating back to history. So they just want to do their own thing, and there are just a lot of controversies and reasons from different people why they think they should actually see.
So let me add some points to what you're saying. So after the independence in 1960, there have been political power division. The northern people, how the north in Nigeria can be very dominating when it comes to power, actually had the political power, you get. So it was actually obstructing the Igbos from having a say in the political say, and then which now led to the first military coup that was led by the Igbo officers. It happened in January 1966. The Igbo people now had a military coup which Satafa Balewa and some other prominent
they killed some
some
officials.
And apart from that, Nigeria is a country that is power driven. You understand? Every region wants to be known. You understand? Every region wants to be able to hold a certain level of power. You get. So when the Igbo people now striked, the Hausa people now had to strike back.
You see why I say it is like a battle between the Hausas and the Igbo, because there was a counter coup. I think that was in Kano. Yes, where the Hausas they now faced.
That was in 1962. Also. So the counter coup now led the Igbo people to flee from the north. They had to leave their businesses. Infrastructures were destroyed. The Igbo people are very dominating too in a way. When they come, they take over. They know how to. They know how to feel at home. They know how to feel at home. So I feel like part of the reasons in the history was they were not given the opportunity to feel at home. Do you also agree to that? I feel like they're not given the freedom to enjoy their rights. They are Nigerians and they want to also feel at home, whether being in the north or being in the south or being in the east. And I felt like they were deprived. They were oppressed. So the civil war now has had impact, even long-lasting impact. Up to now in Nigeria, we can also see the back and forth that comes, even up to now in politics, like current election that happened. What happened? Nobody wants the Igbo man to win and say, if Peter Obi should win, it's going to be a problem. You know, so it actually had impact. So we have one of the impacts it had was the economic impact. It had, you know, one thing Nigeria tried to do for Biafra to make sure that it did not stay was they made sure they cut their rations, their food. There was a blockade. Yes, those were the sanctions.
That was one of the major reasons why the Biafra they could not succeed. You know, the blockage of food. You know, the children started getting hungry, people started dying. People literally died of starvation.
About over 2 million Biafrans were recorded dead as of that time. Apart from the blockade again, the Nigerian army were focusing on destroying their infrastructures, factories, farms. So agriculture was not even nothing was working. They couldn't feed, they couldn't move. And then they had checkpoints, like they didn't have freedom. They made sure that the freedom they had was limited. Apart from that too, we have post-war challenges that happened. It had taken the Biafran, not only the Biafran, the eastern part of Nigeria, and taking them so long to actually build up, you know, because so much damage was made. Too many damages were made, a lot of life were lost. Yes, some people could not even find their loved ones for years. Some people up to date, could not even find their loved ones because they were all displaced. You get, so it also had like an impact on them in a way, yes. Which, well, I think also today, I think they're still struggling because when you now look at it, back then when different tribes were all living together in peace, that created a demarcation now in society. We mostly see that, yes, the Igbos are highly yes, that's the word, segregation. You only find the Igbo people in certain place, and then even in the north there are some areas that the Igbos cannot live in. So I think that's also like it's also lasting on them. So basically that's just what has been going through, like in the history of Biafra. But in our next episode, we'll be looking deeply the reasons why Nigeria is holding on to Biafra. Because, come to think of it, why is it that the country does not want to allow this group of people who don't want to be part of this country anymore? Why can't they just allow them to move? So, well, if you're still interested, you can tune in next week and get to find out reasons why we are still holding tight to the eastern part of Nigeria.
I'm sorry, Abby, just before we go, I think it's going to be a very interesting one to watch. Like, it's something we all anticipate to know how they are going to do. Because if you know, it's not provided in the Constitution that they can actually separate. There is no provision for that in the Constitution unless they want to start amending, doing amendments and all of that. I know the process is serious, So we're looking forward to it actually.
We'll be looking forward to discuss it, and we're going to see the factors and reasons why we are still holding tight to the eastern part of Nigeria. So, well, don't forget to tune in next week, same time, and don't forget to like, share, and drop your comments. Thank you for watching.
I thank God for the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. Biafran people are going to defend themselves. If it's going to take everyone out to defend Biafra, we will do that till the last man standing. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide our Liberation Army. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move airborne. Thank you, and stay safe.